November 17th, 2002, the first ever Elimination Chamber match was made. But obviously it was at Survivor Series, and that title was for the World Heavyweight Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, today we are heading down to Australia, Perth, Australia, for the first ever Australian Elimination Chamber match. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the CWE Chaos Wrestling Entertainment. I am one half of your host, as always, B-Money. With me, as always, is my chaotic twin, as I like to call him, a hockey lover. Actually, you know what? No, not hockey lover. Hockey nutcase, shall I say. Orchestral goalie. Bro, say hello.
I was about to make a comment about the word choice that you gave.
I had to correct myself.
With lover. Anybody who knows, and anyone who, for whatever reason, stumbled upon my own personal channel, knows I am much more than just a lover of the game. That's fucking game of the worst fucking league. But that's a discussion for somewhere else.
I was gonna say, that's for a late discussion, bro.
That, I could go an entire podcast on my own with that.
We both know that. Introduce yourself, faggot.
But I am Orchestral Goalie, as previously stated, and we are going down under for the Elimination Chamber.
That is indeed correct, bro. And I am really upset that they actually released I'm pretty sure the only Australian that WWE had, I think, 2 years ago. Really bullshit. But let's not dwell on the past. Let's get into this. Today, we are gonna...
I'm pretty sure you got that wrong. I'm pretty sure we have two people that hail from Australia.
Female. I should say. I needed to correct myself there.
Rhea Ripley.
Wait, I thought she was from the UK.
I'm pretty sure they had said defending in your home country. Yep, Adelaide, Australia.
Okay,
Rhea Ripley.
I didn't know about that. Okay, thank God he's a fact checker, because Jesus Christ.
And let's not also forget about someone who also is going to appear on the show, although not in a match, Grayson Waller.
Okay,
who
that
hails
is
from
true.
Sydney.
There was just one person that everyone would have loved to see at Elimination Chamber in Australia, but she sadly got released. Anyways, why don't we get into the first match, which is for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. When will they fucking split those two titles up? I swear to God.
Don't disrespect me.
We have Judgment Day, that being Damian Priest and Finn Balor, defending against a tag team that honestly I've heard about. Them saying like these two have wrestled with each other for over 5 years, but I've never seen it. That being a returning Pete Dunne, returning name, and Tyler Bate, someone from NXT. Now, honestly, this is going to be a good match because I personally love watching all four of these competitors, especially Pete Dunne. Thank God he's back to his normal name. I've seen a few of Tyler Bate's matches, and yeah, he ain't that bad. He actually is really fucking good. Obviously, the Judgment Day has been running roughshod in WWE for a good while now. But I will say, me personally, I would love to see Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate get the titles. However, there's one, well, I feel like there's going to be someone who's going to dethrone them, but that's not tonight. I have to go with Judgment Day. I feel like they're planning on giving the titles to someone else. I'm not going to say who, but it's a gut feeling in my head. Or shall we say, I want this to happen. Bro, what about you?
When it comes down to this, I mean, it's kind of the same feeling that I've had with a lot of the title matches recently. And that's just, I don't see them dropping the titles to the people they're facing, regardless of whether I would love to see it or not. I mean, just on Raw on Monday, we had the perfect opportunity to change up a title, get one person starting on a singles run that they desperately need, and one getting ready to start looking towards a World Heavyweights title chance, I guess I would say. I don't want to necessarily say a run, but world title chance here.
Going into the main event.
Yeah, the main event picture. And from the videos that I had seen popped up, like that was the original plan, and then they changed it. So Jay is still seen as a joke for a singles competition, despite how over he is, and Gunther still holds the IC title captive. Don't get me wrong, his matches and everything are entertaining, and I don't mind it, but it's the same as every other, like with Rhea too. It's just getting to the point where it's not necessarily fun watching their matches, because you know exactly how it's going to end. You can basically skip it and say, okay, great match, but I bet you Gunther's going to win.
I will say this before you get to your prediction. There's one thing about all the other champions, well, all except for one of the other champions, I would like to point out. Gunther, Rhea, and Io have all been a part of the shows, have either defended the titles on the show, like SmackDown, Raw, and the pay-per-views more times than both Logan Paul and Roman Reigns have combined.
Yes, that's why I don't mind their title reigns as much. I still think they're getting a little too long in the tooth, but the title reigns are more entertaining because at least they're there showing up and doing stuff.
Yes.
With that being said, let's get to my actual prediction for this title match. And I kind of gave it away, I guess, with that big ramble. I'm going to pick the Judgment Day here to retain. It's just, I'd love to see Pete Dunne and someone else, essentially, anyone else, just gets a tag team titles off of Judgment Day and start working on a different story for them. Not necessarily break them up, but just a new story. So,
again, Damian still got the Money in the Bank briefcase. I've heard that he's actually has been told not to cash in yet. I don't know why, but he still has that briefcase. So at least he's still got a world title match in the works.
And that's also kind of just gone by the wayside, really, the whole Money in the Bank thing. When was the last time anyone mentioned it?
That is true.
I'd have to say a few months, a few pay-per-views. Since they mentioned that he was Mr. Money in the Bank, I mean, thank you for not mentioning it all the time, but, like, that's even become an afterthought at this point. You gotta find the balance somehow.
Well, like I said, fucking apparently he's been told not to cash in yet, and I feel like when they're getting ready for him to cash in, then they'll start, saying senior Money in the Bank. I not like I said, I haven't read the rumors or like the reports or anything like that, but I did hear at least he is supposed to hold on to it for a little bit longer.
But, well, we'll see. Hopefully it's a satisfying ending.
Hopefully. Honestly, I would love to see him with a world title around his place. I think he fucking earned it, honestly. Next match we have, it is the Women's Elimination Chamber match, but it's not for the title. No. It's to determine who will face either currently Rhea Ripley or maybe Nia Jax for the Women's World title at WrestleMania. Yes, I said Rhea or Nia because at this current time, we don't know who's going to win. But the participants in this match are as followed. We saw her returning at number 30 in the Royal Rumble, Liv Morgan versus a returning Raquel Rodriguez on Raw versus, again, a name that just returned at the Rumble, Naomi versus Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair and versus an NXT up-and-comer, Tiffany Stratton. Bro, who are you taking?
Well, I don't think it's going to be Tiffany. She needs a lot more seasoning and whatnot here.
Yeah.
I'm actually, I guess you could say, going a little bit against my thing, and I'm going to say it's not going to be Naomi. I don't think she's going to come and jump right into a title match at WrestleMania. Who she thinks she is? Charlotte Flair?
I mean, she's honestly better than Charlotte, in my opinion, but
I don't think it's going to be Raquel. I'm bored of seeing...
I will say, Raquel versus Rhea would be a great match in Mania.
Oh, 100%.
I'm not denying that.
It would be a fucking amazing match. And I'm also tired of seeing Bianca necessarily in that title picture.
You have no idea. I feel the same way, dude.
Kind of looked like they were setting it up at the press conference with Becky versus Rhea. And Liv Morgan was the last person to pin Rhea Ripley.
Also, Liv and Rhea actually have a history together because they were both women's tag team champions together. So
I'm actually going to say... Yeah, it's going to come down between Liv and Becky for me. And in the end, I think we're going to go with what we saw at the press conference. Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley for the title at WrestleMania.
Okay, so you and me have the same idea, bro. It comes down to Liv and Becky. And while, honestly, Becky versus Rhea, that's a dream match come true. And I would love to see Becky hold the title again because it's been a long-ass time since she's held it. But since this is the Chaos Brothers channel, I need to fucking cause some chaos here. I'm going with the Nightmare. I believe she's called the Nightmare. Liv Morgan. So yeah, we're both choosing our fucking final two, as we should say. You're choosing one, I'm choosing the other. It's like a choose your own story adventure. Okay, next up we have, like I said before, the Women's World Championship match. Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax for the Women's World title. Okay, Nia Jax is a danger, and people are still questioning why she came back instead of keeping Dolph Ziggler, now known as Nick Nemeth. I will say, this is going to be a interesting match to say the least. It's going to be like David versus Goliath, except David is going through a fucking Hot Topic phase and could easily bench a man without even trying. And the Goliath is a giant beanstalk that doesn't know when to stop eating. This is a joke, mind you, for all those fucking idiots out there who think, oh, I'm being serious. Get bent, it's a fucking joke. Anyways, me personally, I want Rhea to retain. Because like I said, her versus Becky or Liv would be way better than Nia versus Becky or Liv. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Eradicator, Rhea Ripley. Bro?
I mean, I kind of spoiled who I picked. Was gonna pick for this match when I picked Becky. Yeah, True. I'm going with Rhea as well, just because I don't see Nia getting it, and personally, I don't think she should get it here and now. But I mean, we've seen what WWE has done in the past with people in their home countries, hometowns. Arguably the most infamous one with Bret Hart.
The Montreal Screwjob. And the last match of the night, it will be the men's Elimination Chamber match to determine who will face Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. The participants are the prize fighter, Kevin Owens, the almighty Bobby Lashley, the Viper, the Apex Predator, the Legend Killer, Randy Orton, the Scottish Psychopath, Drew McIntyre, sadly, the United States Champion, Logan Paul, and the Megastar, L.A. Knight. Yeah! Why don't you go first for this one, bro?
Yeah, this kind of comes down to who do you think is gonna make the most sense going against that?
Except for one.
I mean, I can kind of see it, but I think that he'd be better off somewhere else. Bobby Lashley, he has the stuff with AOP and Karrion Kross that he's got to deal with. Randy Orton, I think, would be better off with
going against someone else.
Like fighting the Bloodline, not for the title, but taking on the Bloodline to get revenge, one by one, picking them off. Logan Paul, I mean, I think I made my thoughts clear with him with titles already. LA Knight.
You and me both, dude.
I would love to see Knight be able to hold one. But again, I don't think, as over as he is, I don't think he should be hopping directly into a main event and world heavyweight title right off the bat. I know how well he is. I love him just as much as every other fan, and I think one day he should hold a world heavyweight championship. Even if it's like only once or for a short time, multiple times or something like that. I think that would be fine. There's one person I skipped over, and I believe it's the person that has been rumored to be leaving WWE here soon. I honestly think the one that makes the most sense and that would probably be the best, Drew McIntyre, the Scottish Psychopath. I think he's the most logical or would fit the best for a match against Seth at WrestleMania. And that's who I think is going to win the Chamber to get that shot.
Honestly, yeah, okay, so let me go through my, at least, explanation for each individual. Alright, Owens, he's actually currently in a feud with one of the other participants, Logan Paul, for the title, because he kept getting screwed out of it over and over again. So those two aren't going to be winning this. As you said before, Bobby Lashley is currently in a rivalry with Karrion Kross and AOP, with him and the Street Profits going after them. So he's sadly not going to win. Orton wants revenge on the Bloodline for taking him out for 18 months. So he sadly ain't gonna fucking win this. Even though, honestly, I would love to see him hold the most titles, which being 17. I think that would be amazing. LA Knight, again, like you said, I want to see him hold a world title. The motherfucker is amazing. I love his style. He is an incredible person. And, well, yeah, I agree, he shouldn't be jumped into a main event. And I agree with you 100% there, dude. But there have been some cases where people have actually got a title match and won on their first night. One of them being Paige. She challenged AJ Lee for the... Well, she didn't challenge her. AJ challenged her for the title, which she won, and she was in NXT at the time. Her first night on Raw, she won the title. And I can't remember, but I know there was a few other instances where superstars have won a title on their first match. So, honestly, I could see him winning it, but as you said, I don't feel like they're gonna give it to him.
Not yet, at least.
Not yet.
Let him get the IC or US title. Yeah, start off there, let him have a decent run, and then you can turn that experience of holding that mid-card title, that, what I guess some people would call a lesser title, into what he needs to go and challenge the world heavyweights to win.
Now, Drew, however, Drew and Orton actually, they both have a history with Seth.
There's
Drew,
one that I remember with Orton at a WrestleMania, actually. Orton bent over, Seth going for a curb stomp, Orton launching him in the air with his neck,
and RKO him. I want to say that was WrestleMania 2. I want to say. I have to go back and fucking see that because I can't remember, but not only did he do that, he and Seth were part of the Authority back in when Seth was, I think, 2014, 2015. Yeah, they were both a part of the Authority, and Orton was after him for blood because Seth tried to end his career. Drew
I'm seeing WrestleMania 31.
Okay, 31. I was off by one WrestleMania, but fucking Drew also have a history with Seth as well, because Seth gave Jay a title match, and Drew's pissed about that because Bloodline. But if I had to choose one over the other, you know, okay, I have a prediction that may or may not come true. I'm going to vote for Orton to win, but here's my prediction. I'm predicting that Drew's going to slither his way into that match with Orton and Seth, making it a triple threat instead of a one-on-one. That's my prediction. He's going to try to slither his way into the title match because he's pissed off, and honestly, I don't blame him because he won the WWE World Heavyweight Championship during a time that no one wants to remember, when there was no crowds. And honestly, I would love to see the reaction of him actually, winning a world title at Mania with a crowd.
I'm so pissed off about that. I lost 316 day. I had tickets to that.
Yeah, that part, I know you are, you fucking hate with a burning passion. I know that, dude. And I don't blame you, because, again, 316, goddamn, the rattlesnake. Holy shit.
He was gonna be there.
But that was the predictions for the Elimination Chamber in Australia.
One thing before we go, though, I do just want to quickly touch on the Grayson Waller effect that's going to be happening
that's right.
on the show. I don't think we're going to get anything like the last time we had a Grayson Waller effect on a pay-per-view. Payback in Pittsburgh. But I do think it's going to set up a match for down the line. Not a WrestleMania match, but one more match. Go home SmackDown, go hurrah, something. Where we're going to get a tag team match of Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins versus The Rock and Roman Reigns. There's that kind of, again, going back to the press conference. And yes, I did watch this live. The second that Rock had slapped Cody, here comes Seth. I guess in a way, defend Cody. Someone that he was extremely angry and upset with when Cody first returned to WWE. If we all remember that, they had like 4 matches in a row.
Honestly, he wasn't the only one. I will openly admit, I was a little bit pissed off that Cody returned, but honestly, now that he's back, I am happy he did.
They handled it really well. They handled everything really well, so I'll give that to booking and whatnot. They did a good job at making it.
And this was when Era 404 was still in the company.
So, that's all I had for the Grayson Waller fight. I don't know if you had anything else or a different thing that you wanted to add on.
Okay, so I did see a tweet from not Mark Hamill, Calloway, aka The Undertaker, saying he did land in Australia. I don't know if he's gonna make a surprise appearance or if he's just gonna be backstage during it. I don't know, but it's interesting to see him there. So we might get a returning Undertaker, to chokeslam Grayson Waller or whatever. I think that would be funny as shit. But like you said, I think it's just to set up a tag team match between those 4 individuals, like you said, which honestly I'd be fine with. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, I feel like Taker's probably there more for the behind-the-scenes stuff and just general promotion for the final push up to the Elimination Chamber. Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, I can totally see that. But that, ladies and gentlemen, was the Chaos Brothers prediction for the Elimination Chamber. Honestly, even though there's only 4 matches on this card, not gonna lie, it might be a banger. It definitely looks like, on paper, it definitely could be a banger of a pay-per-view.
I feel like we say this a lot. It's got a decent amount of potential.
I was going to say, on paper, it's got potential. The only issue is the execution. Will it fall flat or will it rise to the occasion? The only way we will find out is by watching it. And sadly, for us here in the East Coast of the United States, it will be 5 a.m. in the fucking morning when that shit starts. God,
I'll be up
one of us isn't even going to be home.
I'll say I'll be up for it, but I'm going to be at work.
I was going to say, I'm going to try to be up, but more than likely, I ain't going to be watching it. I'm going to be watching Saturday morning cartoons with my dad, more than likely. you know, the classics like Bugs Bunny and shit like that. So I'm probably gonna watch it around noon. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching. And like I said before, this is the last pay-per-view before Mania. So we're literally gonna have an entire month without a pay-per-view. So it's gonna be this Saturday, February 24th, is gonna be Elimination Chamber. Skip March, April 6th to the 7th is gonna be Mania. Honestly, this build-up, kind of exciting, not gonna lie. And I will point one thing out. I feel like the reason, now I think this is a really fucking stupid reason, don't get me wrong, but you brought up Jay was supposed to win the IC title on Raw Monday. I heard that too, and honestly, I think it would have been a fantastic move. But what I feel like is the fact that they're building up to brother versus brother at Mania. They started it with fucking Royal Rumble, Jimmy versus Jay, number 1 and number 2. Then Jimmy costs him the title. I feel like it's just building up to a match between those two at Mania. Do I think it's smart? Yes. Do I think it's a good idea to cost Jay the title? No. It wasn't smart. It was, quite honestly, in my opinion, retarded. Because, seriously, Jay is IC title holder. Dude, that shit would be fire.
Okay, this kind of goes back to what I was talking about before. Rock versus Roman. That match does not need a title. That can carry off with name power alone. Jimmy versus Jay. I don't think that match needs a title either. But here's the big difference. I think a title elevates that match to higher ratings.
Exactly.
I don't think a title elevates Rock versus Roman to anything higher than it would have done already.
I was gonna say
brother versus brother for the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania. That would be an amazing story, and I think they missed out on an opportunity for it.
Okay, now you brought up Roman versus Rock for the title. Here's the fucking issue with that at least I see. Okay, the title literally, in my opinion, drags that match down into the mud because Roman, as much as I hate the bloodline now, at first I loved it. He's at the top of his fucking game. He is number 1. He is honestly bigger than Cena, Austin, Hogan, fucking Orton, Edge, when they were in their prime and they were champions. He is literally above them.
I'd put him on the same level as Austin. Not above Austin, I'd put him on the same. Granted, this is coming from someone who didn't watch back in Austin age. But I'd put him on the same level as Austin, not necessarily above him.
Well, okay, so I'm talking about like the storylines and stuff like that, at least. Because, let's be fair here.
That's a bit more fair.
I was going to say, if I had to choose, Austin would still be above Roman, hands down. But storyline-wise, and how the bloodline worked, yeah, Roman has surpassed Austin, but when it comes to, merit and shit like that, Austin is still above Roman, hands down. Now, The Rock, look at all of his accomplishments. Multi-time Intercontinental Champion, multi-time WWE Champion, multi-time WCW World Heavyweight Champion. I think he's multi-time Tag Team Champion. Obviously, he's a Hall of Famer. He's fucking in Hollywood. Now, what would putting a title in the match between Roman and Rock do? Nothing, because neither one would benefit from it. Yeah, sure, fucking, ooh, I'm the tribal chief, I got a title. No, I'm the tribal chief, I got a title. Okay, if Rock wins, guess what? That's just a blemish in his fucking, like, that just puts a check mark in his fucking record of, oh, I beat the top guy in WWE. I'm gonna take this title to Hollywood, you'll never see it fucking again. If Roman wins, okay, I beat Rock for the title. Rock's just gonna go back to fucking Hollywood, and Roman's just gonna continue his reign of terror. Take the title off it, Roman has way more to benefit from that match than Rock does. And like you said, you put the title, IC title on Jay, brother versus brother for the title, that will elevate them, because guess what? Main event Jey Uso has been around for fucking years. And Jimmy, I feel like he's trying to be a main eventer, or at least a single star, but he needs that right push. And what better way than have a title match at Mania against your own brother? That match would elevate both superstars to the, I wouldn't say maximum, but that would elevate them to higher levels.
Yeah, from what I found, Rocky is an 8-time WWE champion, 2-time WCW champion, 2-time WWF Intercontinental champion, 5-time WWF Tag Team champion, Royal Rumble winner in 2000, a 6th Triple Crown champion, whatever the fuck that is, and a 9-time Slammy Award winner.
Okay, okay. I think I know what a Triple Crown champion is. I can't remember at the time. I think it was
3 of the single promotion championships.
Yeah, that's it. He's not a Grand Slam champion, though, I will say. But
again,
now that
the title doesn't need to be involved, and in some cases it does hurt the match.
But like I said, ladies and gentlemen, that was our prediction for the Elimination Chamber. We will see you in April for the granddaddy of them all, the showcase of the Immortals, WrestleMania. But as always, I am B Money.
And I am Orchestral Goalie.
And as we always say here at the Chaos Wrestling Entertainment, aka the Chaos Brothers YouTube channel, well, in 3, 2, 1, fuck PG. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.